There's a farm called Misery, but of that we'll have none, because we know of one that's always lots of fun. And this one's name is Jollity. Believe me folks, it's great, for everything sings out to us as we go through the gate.
No, you don't. I've always wanted the best for my animals here at River Cottage, and I like to think they get a good chance to express their personalities.
Down on Jollity Farm.
But recently it seemed that some of them are getting just a little bit mixed up. The pigs are keen to explore what life might be like if they were chickens. The chickens, mourning the late cockerel, are looking like lost sheep. And the sheep think the grass is greener in the chicken run. But there's one member of the community whose personality is getting to be a little bit of a problem. Marge's calf has always been a willful little fellow, but recently he's become so wild and defiant that when the time comes for a bit of basic veterinary maintenance, I just know there's going to be trouble. Come on then, we can do this the easy way or the hard way. There's been an outbreak of lungworm in the area, so I'm keen to get the worming solution applied as soon as possible. But I just can't get close. Clearly, I need help. My problem calf isn't the only relationship I have to work on. I've chosen one of my 3 sows, the Saddleback, to be the mother of future generations of River Cottage piglets. And in order to develop the bond between us and give her a real sense of pride, I've decided to enter her in the local pig show. And if I'm going to make a success of that, I really need to get some expert advice. Pigs are smart creatures with a mind of their own, so showing them requires a bond of trust and a fair bit of training.
Go on, use the bore shield, Hayley. Turn him round then, Brad.
And no one knows more about that around here than the Loveless family. So, Steve, what's the best way to get started?
Well, you go in the pen with your pig and get to know her. Build up a bond with the pig, so she's not frightened of you. It's like with the pig stick we usually put a bit of treacle on the end.
Really?
Yeah, and they quite like that, so they're not frightened of the stick.
So they like the stick?
Yeah, they like the stick.
The stick's something good?
Yeah, something good.
And how important is the handling in terms of winning?
That's a lot to do with it as well.
Really?
If you can get your pig to go, you know, nice and smooth, round the ring clockwise, catching the judge's eye all the time, you know.
So you've been with pigs all your life, have you?
Yeah, I followed on behind my father.
Uh-huh.
I'm running on behind him, learning the tricks of the trade.
And what do you like about them?
Well, they got very lot of character.
I'll say.
Yeah.
It's just amazing. I'm taking Steve Loveless at his word, and pig bonding starts in earnest with a bedtime story. 12 voices were shouting in anger, and they were all alike. No question now what had happened to the faces of the pigs. The creatures outside looked from pig to man, and from man to pig, and from pig to man again. But already it was impossible to say which was which. That should give them something to think about. Hilary Merrill, animal healer, is here to find out what's gone wrong between one man and his calf. Come on in.
Thank you very much.
Cup of tea? I did used to pinch his milk. I mean, you know, he was being fed and I was diving in and getting the odd little squirt myself. So there's an element of competition in our relationship, you could say. So do you think that could be part of it?
What actually is the problem with him? What's his name?
He hasn't got a name.
He hasn't got a name.
No, because the first 2 pigs I had here the first year were Charlie and Tom. Come October, they had to go to the abattoir.
Yes.
And the fact that I'd been calling them Charlie and Tom for 6 months made it harder.
I believe that it is an essential part of communication. Communication that when you're calling the animal, you get a response. You talk to it.
I do occasionally call him Psycho.
Psycho. Okay, Hugh. Okay, psycho. Now, what does psycho mean to you? What does the word? If I said to you, "Oh, hi, psycho. How are you?"
But he doesn't know what psycho means.
But he knows by the term, by the energy of the voice. Oh, he's psycho. I mean, I don't mean you go and call him fluffy or anything silly like that at all. Please don't take me wrong. But psycho.
What would you suggest?
Well, I don't know. A name that came the other day when I was actually thinking about him was Trilby.
Trilby.
Trilby. Why not?
Right.
Hello, Trilby. Morning, Trilby.
All right then,
Come
here
on.
we go. Trilby. Hello, Trilby. You're now called Trilby.
And what about the other one while we're here?
Oh God, we've got to do
Come on,
him
you
as
can
well.
do that one. I've done Trilby.
He's half Belgian blue, so perhaps we should call him Hercule. Marge, Hercule and Trilby. It all feels very odd, Hilary. But look, he's just gone off, you see. The moment I walk through the gate, he's sulking. Hello, Trilby. Got some lovely bread for you here.
Yes.
Just
He's a
me,
good
Hilary and the
boy.
bucket.
He's a good boy. We
No,
haven't
look,
come to hurt you or put you through any trauma at all.
Look, Trilby, peace offering.
He's a good
Sliced
boy.
white.
Come on, good boy. Come on, there's a good boy.
Makes lovely toast.
You see, if one toast actually faces, then it's quite confrontational. But if you just turn sideways and talk to him, and also, you know, I'm sure he'll lift his paw and wave back in a minute.
Watch it, Trilby. I do sometimes look at him and I think, you are going to be a lovely bit of beef. Maybe he can sense that. Oh, it's a step
There
forward.
you are, you see.
But can we take that as a step forward?
Well, I think we can.
I don't think I'm going to get much closer to him today, but I'd love to see if you can approach him a bit on your own.
Let's try. Come on. Come on. Come on. What I'm actually doing now is to start sending him some spiritual healing. Come on. He's a good boy, aren't you? Good boy. Behind mother, but peeping what's going on here. He's aware of the healing. Come on, come this way. Come on. Come on.
I feel we made modest but distinct progress. I'm just going to go and give him a cuddle. Here he comes.
Come on.
Here he comes. He's coming
Hello.
straight up for his paw on.
I wish.
have it
Come
ready.
on. I actually feel he's done well today for a beginning. Come on. Come on, Trim. Yeah, I know. If we look the other way.
I was very encouraged by
Yes,
that.
yes.
And I think Trilby and I, between us, will get there.
I wish you both well.
My mission to breed the ultimate roasting chicken has been plagued by setbacks. The first set of eggs turned out to be 100% infertile. But now that I have a cockerel with lead in his pencil, it looks like I'm finally going to get some chicks. Oh my goodness, we have some cracks. I can hear cheeping. Is that you? Ooh, 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 it's a beak. Oh yes, look at that. Come on, little fella. You keep at it, little fella. I'll just put this on to keep you warm, and I'll have another look in a few minutes. Come on, big shove now. But a watched egg never hatches. Best I get some kip and let them do things at their own pace. Good lad. Fatigued from the rigours of chick midwifery, I've decided to head for the beach. As it happens, today is the day of the annual Sculpture on the Beach competition, Dorset's answer to the Turner Prize. Goodness.
Welcome to Sculpture on the Beach.
And how much is it to enter?
50 pence, please.
Is there anything I should know? Are there any special rules?
The rules are very simple. It's to make whatever you can with whatever you can find.
It seems that Dorset's artistic community have been up since dawn, laying claim to the best of the flotsam and jetsam. For a late entrant like me, the pickings are lean indeed. But luckily I have a radical plan, requiring new materials and a rather liberal interpretation of the rulebook.
Oh, I got one. Oh, more than one. Whoa!
Like a number of today's top artists, I'm particularly interested in working with fish. When the mackerel are in, you can really fill your boots. But whether they count as found on the beach is a matter only one man can decide. Judge Chris Huxley begins his deliberations. First prize is just a £5 note, and all entries will be reclaimed by the advancing tide. So this really is art for art's sake. And one entry in particular is drawing quite a crowd. Just follow your nose.
Very, very impressive, but I have to ask the obvious question. Did you actually find these mackerel on this beach?
Well, it's all about the definition of the word find, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
I caught them on this beach.
You caught them this morning?
I caught them today on this beach.
Unforgettable aroma as well. Ladies and gentlemen, we're announcing the
My
results
living
of
sculpture,
on the beach
entitled
2000.
Neptune
If you want
Rises,
to gather round.
isn't disqualified, but astonishingly fails to win a prize.
Both the winner.
Number 47, Rich Man Poor Man by Jamal and Dee. Are you here to get your £20? On to the popular vote, Amy Danner.
So while the winners receive their ovations, I'm putting my fish to indisputably good use. And there's plenty for everyone. The art of frying fresh mackerel is something I do have a handle on. All you need is salt, pepper, and a fresh bay leaf. With just a week to go before the big show, Steve Lovelace arrives to supervise a training session. Taking a tip from my healer, I've decided to give my saddleback sow a name. Delia. And it's time to introduce her to Steve's assault course. So at the moment, she hasn't seen a stick, she hasn't seen a board, she certainly hasn't seen any traffic cones. But you think within an hour or so we can get her used to that?
Well, hopefully, yes.
I'll be very impressed. Delia, this is Steve. Steve, this is Delia.
Right, let's see how Delia goes.
Good girl, Delia.
Come on, steady girl.
I can't believe you're doing this first time.
Come on.
Oh, she got you there.
She got me there.
I thought I couldn't. That was
Nearly
too
thought
good.
we had a clear run.
That was too good to be true, wasn't it?
Yeah. Would you like to have a go? And
I'll have a go.
yeah, good.
That's the cone. You go that way. Not reverse. You get extra prizes for being able to do the course backwards. Good girl. Oh, come on. You did it
Use the
before.
board on the other side. Yeah, use the board.
Oh,
Very
yeah.
agile. There, now again, look, you're doing well. And again. See, back the other way. Look, see? Professional. There you are.
I must
Well,
take the
I gotta
credit,
hand it
Delia.
to you.
That was you, Delia.
You've got to be a
there.
natural here.
What a good pig.
Yeah, you've done very well. I've got to hand it to you, Hugh.
Day one.
Day one.
You can stay as long as you like.
I think she heard that.
With the peas and beans all harvested, my second phase cash crop in the polytunnel is a variety of exotic chilies. I'm expecting a high return on this investment, and I don't want to take any chances. So I've called on the services of natural crop protection expert Ian Watt. To me, it all looks pretty rosy in here at the moment. I'm pretty excited about my second crop. But I understand they're very susceptible to all sorts of things, especially aphids.
But there's nothing on any of these.
I've got some here, actually.
You kidding?
Peach potato aphid. They're very well camouflaged if you're not used to spotting them.
But I mean, they don't appear to have caused any damage.
Well, they're in relatively low numbers at the moment, but they reproduce extremely quickly.
And what danger does that hold for the crop?
You've got the physical problem of large numbers of aphid feeding on the plant, but also the copious quantities of honeydew which they produce. That will collect on the surface of the leaves and the plant will generally be pretty unhealthy.
So Ian recommends a lethal biological solution to the problem. Just how dangerous are they?
Well, if you're an aphid, pretty dangerous.
So these guys have aphids for breakfast, do they?
Not as such. They don't eat the aphid themselves. It's actually the egg which they lay inside the aphid hatches into a larvae which then eats the aphid.
So their babies eat aphids for breakfast?
Exactly.
So these titchy little things are actually rather vicious creatures?
They are pretty nasty, yeah. It's a bit of the old alien scenario, isn't it? Sort of injecting the egg and having the adult bursting out of your body is...
Ugh. Let's see what these little babies can do. Release the predator. Wow. Look at them go.
There we go. There's one on...
Oh,
watch. There we go. Did you see that?
Did he do it?
Yeah, it did it.
Oh my God. That hurt.
It's tears to your eyes, really, doesn't it?
This is an aphid's nightmare, isn't it?
It is, really. He's coming over. He's heading in the right direction. It's like the golden shot, this, isn't it?
Yeah.
There we go. Right, are you ready for this? It's chasing him.
That is vicious. Clearly, the aphid's days are numbered, and with Ian on the case, so are those of just about every other malignant creepy crawly in the polytunnel. While the new arrivals search and destroy, I'm after a few well-protected courgettes for lunch. They're one of the best, and with their bright orange flowers, surely one of the prettiest of the summer veg. The flowers are not discarded. They're an essential part of the dish I'm planning. This is definitely my favourite way of cooking courgettes. Slowly and gently, in a little bit of olive oil and garlic, so they don't brown, but reduce to a rich, creamy, fragrant pulp. And when you've got to that stage, you have the basis for at least half a dozen different dishes. The well-seasoned courgettes are flavoured with a handful of parmesan and enriched with a dollop of thick cream. The sticky mixture is then spooned inside the courgette flowers. These are carefully dipped in a simple flour and water batter made frothy with a whisked egg white, and then they're deep fried in hot sunflower oil until puffed up, crispy and golden. What do you think?
Tasty, yep. No sign of any aphid.
You'd spot one, would you?
Pretty confident I would.
You're very good at it, I must say. It's the Oakhampton show tomorrow, and I don't know who's more nervous, the first-time handler or his half-trained pig. It's a long haul and an early start, so Delia and I are bedding down together at the showground. Morning, Delia. How are you? Did you sleep well? I hope so, because this is your big day. Shows like these are the culmination of a lot of hard work, and to do yourself justice, you have to make sure that your prized livestock are looking their very best. Fellow entrant Anne Uglow has invaluable advice for a beginner like me.
But you want to get the saddle nice and white, because you want the white legs as white as possible, and the black as possible.
That's the secret, is it?
Yeah, because afterwards we'll oil them. We'll put some oil on them.
Will we?
Yes, we will.
Can you lend me some oil?
Yes, I can.
Oh, we've got another grubby trotter there.
Yes, you need that one clean. And also make sure a bum's clean.
Ah, yes. I was getting round to that.
That's it. Smelly bit last.
Good girl. The one thing I'm a little bit anxious about is she is the smallest in the class by some way.
Size doesn't matter. She's pretty and she's a smart little pig.
She's gorgeous.
Yes, exactly. We all think our own are, don't we?
Well, we do, don't we? The saddleback class is up next, and it's time for the handler to make himself as smart as his charge. Most of these pigs have been shown before. They know the form. Come on, girl. But just at the worst possible moment, Delia decides that she's quite happy where she is. Come on, it's showtime! Come on, girl. The judging's already underway. Have I come all this way for nothing?
There we go. There we go.
Finally, I've got Delia onto her feet and into the ring.
Good girl. Oh. Good girl.
It's certainly reassuring to find a little more chaos in the ring than I expected, but Delia's behaving impeccably, which is more than I can say for some of her companions.
When was she born?
17th was the exact.
Yeah. Does make a difference a few days. It's very, very pretty. Just a little bit small, unfortunately, isn't it?
Yeah. The judge is looking for a good-sized, healthy animal, a nice, bright saddle, and of course, a well-turned ham. Delia's late birthday means she's the smallest pig in the ring, but she's still caught the judge's eye, and we end up with a very creditable third prize.
Very nice pig, just a little bit young for it.
Thank you very much. Look at that, that's you, that is. That is you. I should really say first, obviously, but you are a star nonetheless. That's what I call a well-earned rest. My blossoming friendship with Delia has encouraged me to have one more try at patching up my differences with my troubled calf. Come on, Trilby, me old fellow. Let's be friends. You and me. Come on, Trilby. There's a good fella. I offer you the hand of friendship and a spirit of reconciliation. I know we've had our differences, but I think it's time to put things right. There's a good lad. Good lad. Come on, Trilby. We're nearly there, you and me. We're nearly there. Come on, Trilby. That's right, that's it. And here comes the sun. What could be finer? And after a chaotic fortnight of animal antics, I can safely say my authority over my livestock has been fully restored.